Love and light to you. I'm Michelle Borrell. I'm an author as well as a marketer, and I am also a broadcaster. And I'm happy that I have the opportunity to speak to you here about words. And why I chose to speak to you about words, because I think words are truly powerful. And at least in the line of work that I have, I've realized the importance of words as an author, a poet, broadcaster, marketer. Words are so powerful. Being a poet, I obviously write a lot. That being the case, it was my husband that gave me that aha moment, in which a decade later he pulled out for me a poem I wrote. And he said, "Do you realize you wrote our life even before?" Because what I did at the time while writing, I did not write as though the things weren't there and I wanted them. I wrote as though it was there already. I was writing what I saw that I wanted for the future, but I wrote it as if it already was. So that gave me a aha kind of moment, and I realized the universe itself has a language. The universe does not hear no. When you want something, or even if you don't want something, you wouldn't say, "I don't want hurt." Then that fear attracts that hurt to you. You see, don't or do not, that not, the universe does not understand. So instead we have to replace certain affirmations with positive. What the universe understands is the affirmative. So instead of saying, "I don't want hurt," you speak about what it is you do want. I want happiness, I want joy, I want love, I want peace, I want prosperity, I want good health, I want abundance. But even more importantly, instead of just focusing on what you want, the energy behind certain things, because there's certain words that are magical, like thank you. So it's not only focusing on what you want, it's an appreciation for what you already do have. Thank you. I am thankful for this day. I'm thankful for being here. Thankful for having life. Thankful for the ability to speak. Thank you for the ability for being in my right mind. And just think of all the things that you're thankful for, and you repeat that. But what about when someone speaks to you and it's some sort of negative word, phrase, something that's trying to put a crack in your spirit coming to you? Then what do? Do you politely "thank you" and move away? No. Faith cometh through hearing. So that being the case, you then put an immediate stop to it. "No, I don't receive that." No. Immediately stamp your dot, put a full stop in it, and replace it with what you do know, you do accept, you do want. If it does not belong to you, return to sender. "I'm sorry, that's not mine. Can't have that, can't accept that, not mine." No. But we have to replace that immediately with something positive, because you want to ensure not only do you cast away what negative was said, but you replace that with a positive. Faith cometh through hearing. So we have to ensure we chase out what tried to enter into our system and replace that with something positive. So words have such power because we shape our world with our words. So that being the case, we have to ensure that we don't talk as though we don't have something already. We speak as though we do have it. And I'm not saying be false. What I am saying is, instead of saying something like, "I broke, yes. I do even have 2 red cents rubbed together. I do have $1 in my name." Instead, say something like, "I am thankful. I know that what my Creator intends for me is that I prosper and be in good health." And then you think of all the things you already do have. So you're just replacing that with thankfulness. That in itself is an energy that's just going to build up, multiply, and magnify into your life. Because everything we push out is what we get back. It's like a wave. You know, they call them sound waves. Interestingly enough, What do waves do? Waves come back to you. So what is the sound wave that you're putting out into the system? Now there's this interesting study that was done by Dr. Emoto. And what Dr. Emoto did, he had water. And to one bit of water, he said, I love you. Every day he saw this water and he said, I love you. To another bit, he said, thank you. And then another one, he had a negative connotation. But what was able to take place was when he froze these bits of water. What he said, I love you to, what he said, thank you to, they had these beautiful crystallized shapes. However, you saw a crack, almost as though when people talk about a crack in the aura, for the negative connotation, like I hate you, that was said, you saw that crack in the water. It was not as whole as what you saw in the other crystal formations. So that is something to think about. Because remember, we are made up majority of water. So if that had such an effect on water, imagine what's happening inside of us. Children, for example, when we're speaking to our children, instead of saying, you're stupid, why you did that, you're this, replace it with positive. Instead of saying a child is stubborn, there is a positive that is describing the same trait but just in a different manner. Instead of stubborn, there's strong-willed. That is good. You have a strong will. Keep that. Things to think about. What we want is what we have to speak about. Think about. Because not every thought that enters into our mind is our thought. So the mind being a muscle, we have to exercise it. And that means we have to actively be involved. We can't just allow any old thought to enter our mind. If we find a thought that is not in reflection with the life that we want, the life that we see for ourselves, the abundance, the peace, the love, the joy, the prosperity, the goodness that we want, we then chase it out immediately. So we exercise that. And part of exercising that as well is that power of word. Words are your sword. Use them. Use them wisely and understand that you can shape your world with your words. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I would love for us to talk some more. So give me a like. Let me know how you feel about this. Please share your comments. So love and light to you, and I hope you have a great one. Thank you so much.